Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we talk about some things that most folks may not like to hear. And for me, kayfabe in the promo world is one of the biggest things I just can't do. And recently we had an instance of pure kayfabe. Now, what do I mean by kayfabe? For those of you that are just like tuning into the show, learning, we do a thing called promo entertainment. Okay. What that means is if you watch professional wrestling, the wrestlers will cut a promo at the beginning or during a storyline and talk shit about their opponent. And that's what we do. We don't do the professional wrestling part. We deliver the verbal battle, okay, between two individuals. And when I first started doing this almost 9 years ago now, the promo industry that I am in is a hobby, yes, but at the same time, it was a competition. You had legit competitions, and everybody would say, okay, so Bob versus Jim, who won? Okay, so Jim would win. Well, then we introduced championship belts, such as the VOH King of Promos belt hanging back there. And then it became an even more heated competition because, well, everybody's got to have a belt. Everybody's got to be a champion because they believe they're the best. And hey, if you won a title back then, you probably were one of the best, okay? Because it was a legit judged competition. Now, these days, it's not so much that way. There's a couple groups out there that their owners will claim that they are legit competition. But today, I'm going to expose one group in particular for kayfabing. And why do I believe it's kayfabing? Because April 28th, 2025, I was on a group chat with a good friend of mine named James Sweet. He plays a character named Big Sweet. I had just a little bit before that relinquished the APF World Heavyweight title due to laziness by the owner, not booking shows, not appropriately carrying talent, not doing what he's supposed to do as an owner. Okay. And listen, that's on that owner. His responsibility to the promo artist is to show up, put a card out, hype the card, work the card, run a show, get results, blah, 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 blah. Carry on. This guy, not so much. So I send this championship belt back, and then I get on a conversation with Big Sweet. I said, this guy was not worried about the APF world title until a certain individual joined his group chat in his group. And for all you guys will know who I'm talking about, especially the guys who all are in the same boat as me, and we just laugh because the same individual went to 9 different fucking groups claiming to be the savior of all promo groups. He was going to save promo all by himself. And listen, the only reason you're winning championships is because you're a kiss ass. The only reason belts are being put on you is because, well, on those pages, you're the only real active guy. Let's be honest. Nobody cares about APF anymore because they know for a fact that APF has become a highly kayfabe group because kayfabe groups are less work, less dedication, and well, the owner is known for all of those retrospects, okay, and those characterisms. So let's talk about it. APF championship gets sent back. I get on a group chat with Big Sweet. And because I wanted to prove this, I wrote myself a letter. Well, not a letter, just a note. Stuck it here. It's been here for a long time. I could probably look at the date on the envelope. This envelope was from 4/26. And I wrote this on 4/28. Okay. So here you go. APF Dusty will put title on Rig, and the new belt that he debuted will go on Ricka. Okay, so Why do I say that now? The show just happened. Lo and behold, holy shit, Rig wins the APF world title. Uh-oh. Did I expose kayfabe? Probably did. Did we all know Ricka was going to win that championship? Not saying Ricka's not a good promo artist, not saying he don't deserve it, not saying he's not one of the best, not saying that at all, but the title was created and has always had its eyes set to be to Ricka. Now, what does that mean for APF? That means everybody now knows that you, right there, proof in the pudding, another group owner predicted months ago where these championships were going to land when the big happening happened. Okay. So now, as an owner, you have a responsibility to come out and admit that you are kayfabing, that you are handing championships to guys because, well, it's just the way you felt like doing it. Whereas in Premier Promo Federation, we just had Heat Wave, one of the biggest shows of our yearly shows. And the judges were right there live with me. You watched as I responded to their reactions and gave results. Not so much an APF. But then when you say this, these people want to go and say, oh, he's just a dick. He's out here running his mouth. Well, listen, if you kill a duck today, remember me, enjoy it for me, because all ducks deserve to die, especially one that thinks he's Vince McMahon. Let's be honest. He's not. I mean, shitting on the face of a woman's probably about the closest he'll ever get. And I believe he would do that. But anyway, now back to APF, because I'm not going to give that company, because they also did something I predicted too, but we're not going to get into that today. And here's why a lot of this is being done. Because you have certain individuals that will run around to group owners and in their DMs be like, don't worry, bro. I won't let your group die, bro. I'm here to help you, bro. No, they're not there to help you, bro. They're there to get a title put on their shoulders because that's the only time they feel relevant in the promo realm. You know, I know a great promo artist. His name is Malice. This guy was the unified heavyweight champion in PPF for last year. Held that belt with dignity and honor. And then when he lost the championship at Heat Wave, he still had dignity and honor and comes out here and says, you know, it's the chase that's funner. And I agree with him. Chasing a title is much funner. But for other promo artists out here in this world, they've got to have one of those on their shoulders because that's the only way they can make themselves go, this was worth it. This is what it's all about. And it's not what it's all about. What it's all about is real competition, sheer competition, at least in the competitive promo realm. And here's what I mean by that. There is e-feds out here that are pre-written, predetermined in kayfabe. Remember that word, kayfabe. And those folks admit it. Okay, IW, UWF. There's a couple groups out there that do the same thing. Okay, but their owners will tell you, listen, we work seasons. You're off a season. You get to rest. You get to relax. But then I'm going to build your character to go this way or do this or have this feud with this guy. You know what's going to happen. And a lot of people enjoy it. They do. They love to go to those places because less work, not as hard. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about if you're going to waste your time doing a 4-minute video and get your ass kicked. That's the truth. Okay. You already know if you're going to win or lose. That is something that, hey, if you enjoy doing that, that's great. But in the competitive promo world, and you claim to be a competitive promo group, you can't be kayfabing. And that note right there, 42825, where I said to a good friend of mine, Big Sweet, who, by the way, is in my prayers. I love you, brother. Can't wait till you get back to us. Anyway, let me continue. I wrote that because I wanted to prove. I was just in a group chat again the other day, and they were all like, oh, old school, you know, wonder when that's going to happen. And then we find out yesterday that it all happened and it came into fruition. Here's why that came into fruition. His group almost folded due to his lack of ability, credibility, and work ethic. Work ethic is big when it comes to promo group. You're either born to be a leader or you will always walk as a follower. And some people just ain't born to lead because you can see it in their life and their work ethic. Okay. And unfortunately, when you see a group like that go from some pretty good activity for months and to fall and having great former champions, by the way, let me say, you've had, I think Landfill was a champion over there, Haywood, myself, a lot of great APF champions. The belt hangs there. By the way, if you're into PPF, that said belt will be raffled off this week. I don't want it hanging on my wall. Just saying. But you can get in the raffle, and it will definitely. It's a nice belt. Don't get me wrong. The creator of the belt did a good job. Heavy, 4mm zinc, stacked, great job. Anyway, but now, where do they go from here? Well, the guy who won the title is going to run his mouth and act like he's a legend. He's not a legend, and I can tell you that because this legend beat him so badly and proved him wrong after almost 2 months of him swearing to God and anybody else who would listen that he was better than me and he could beat me. But then when he lost, he said, "Oh, well, everybody told me I couldn't win because it's you." Listen here, bro. I'm pure competitive nature. I don't play in kayfabe land. I wouldn't hold a championship if it was kayfabe to me, big man. Well, that's the first and only time I get called a big man. I don't get handed titles because I'm an ass kiss. Okay. I walk in groups. I tell them the truth. I tell them if their stars aren't stars. I tell them if their competitive nature isn't competitive enough for me. I've turned down groups who have offered to send me brand new championship belts as long as I just come promo for them. And I don't do it. And yes, I have been paid to promo. I made $250 for one promo match. Don't believe me, I can show you the screenshots of the conversation and or the Cash App transaction. But that's not what I'm here for, okay? I'm here for the competitive nature. And 28 times I've proven that I'm one of the best in the game. Do they matter to me as much as the brotherhood I've made with a lot of people? Nope. And I can prove that too because every single night I'm on a group chat with a group of folks who I call my family. I call my friends, call my brothers, my sisters, and I listen to them if they have to air a grievance from another place or if they're just having a bad day. Has nothing to do with the promo world. While you guys sit in a little circle jerk of promo and say we're the greatest and they're just afraid of us and they won't let us win over there because we're so great. No, you're not really great. I've watched a lot of your promo matches in the last year. Not great. Okay. Listen, you can walk on a screen, you can yell and scream. That don't mean you have emotion. You can walk on a screen, try to tell a story, and it don't come off as a story. That don't make you a promo artist. What makes you a promo artist is accepting your position. You know, fuck. I heard the other day that there's a promo artist out there using Jacob Fatu's line, all gas, no brakes. Kind of funny. It's his group that's kayfabing right now. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you ain't got no brakes because hopefully sooner or later your group hits a wall and resets and gets a fucking set and learns that this is not the way we do it. Now, did I watch the promo event? No, I didn't. Um, but listen, owners can strategically place promo artists in a position to win. Okay. That's called placement settings. And the reason that is done is because they want that belt on screen. So they've got a guy who's in their inbox just playing them up, kissing their ass. Smoochy, smoochy, lovey, lovey, put on your lipstick, bitch. But here's the thing. You also have other promo artists that are pretty dedicated to your page. Well, at least they were. They're not no more. After the happenings of last night, I know at least one or two that'll be defecting and leaving the APF. And the reason they're doing that is because they can see through the kayfabe. And it's not because their promo was better or they deserve to retain their championship or any of this, rhetoric that you're going to come out here and cry and whine and bitch about later because somebody hurt your goddamn feels. It's just the truth. They see it now because of that note right there that was done on 4/28/25. Predicting, spoiling, and showing the world kayfabe is real. because other groups that you associate with and owners you have helping you with kayfabe just as badly as you do. Quack, quack, motherfucker. Sadly, the dignity of the promo realm has changed so badly that whores and prostitutes should definitely be on this screen because some of them are. They will prostitute themselves out to get a championship belt on their shoulder because it makes them feel relevant. I don't need a belt. I don't need a belt. I just happen to win them. I don't need somebody buttering my cake either and telling me, "Oh, you're one of the good ones. You know, you're pretty damn good at it." I know what I am, and you know, my biggest problem with this is that a promo artist, in retrospect, got hurt because he was doing you a favor and he was keeping your page active. Now, do I say that needs to be paid back by giving him the title? No, 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 no. I don't believe you should hand anybody a title just because they're the most active individual. But it happens. Me, I think it needs to be a competitive matchup. It needs to be legitimately judged. It needs to come off as a clean and concise victory. Not just somebody going, "Oh, well, he's such a nice guy. He's here for me." Bro, if you're that goddamn emotional, you need to get a fucking Huggy Bear, lay in bed, suck on your fucking binky, and shut the fuck up and not run a promo group. That's what you need to do. Because what I find highly insightful and funny is that very many promo artists have left the same group, walked away from the same owner because lack of activity, lack of dedication, lack of content. Actually, you got to have content on your page, and you cannot expect somebody else to do the work for you. Okay, I book the cards in PPF. I get the promo artists lined up. I tell them, what the direction could be if they win or they lose, and then Justin will receive their promos, put them together and run the show. Then me and him both go live together and we call the show. That's called being active as an owner. You can't look at Justin and go, "Justin, you just run everything, and I'm going to sit back and stare at these beautiful belts and know that, oh my God, that's my belt. I created it." That's lazy. I'm sorry, it's lazy. You've got to put more effort in than just thinking that the group will run itself, because it won't. Okay, you can't put it on cruise control. It's not a car. You can't put it on cruise control and hope it rides down the highway. You're not running a Tesla of a promo group and it drives itself and parks itself and all that stuff. You have to put effort in. And if you're not going to do that, you need to close the motherfucker down or hand it to somebody that will. Because this right here is an exposure. It shows that for months, the plans that I said were already in place came to fruition, and holy shit, you'll come out here and you'll deny it. But I mean, it's black and white, bud. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. And just to let me be clear about something. There wasn't just one guy messaging me about this. The folks that were on the group chat with last night kept hearing the phone ding, 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 constantly. Probably about 6 or 7 people, some of them from your group, going, "Can you believe this shit? You called it. You were right." Well, no shit. I usually am. I usually am very voracious and truthful and honest with the promo realm, because guys get hurt because they're here having fun in a hobby, but you got one septic tank of a promo artist going around wanting to be the champion of everywhere. And when they can't win in a competitive group, then they put that out there that they got jobbed, or, they just couldn't win because it was me. And, the owners didn't want to put them over me. No, 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 no. Now, you lost because your promo was not good. Here, let me critique that promo for you. Ready? First of all, you have a promo where you're talking about throwing somebody in a trunk with the help of one of his brothers, but nobody else on the screen with you. What was it? A ghost? Were they reincarnated? Were they invisible? Didn't make sense from the get. Okay. So whoever your ghostwriter was, they need to check themselves into a fucking rehab unit too, because they've lost their goddamn cuckoos. But for me, it's more important not for me to care about if I'm holding a championship, but when a hardworking promo artist who dedicated his time and effort at one time running your group, at one time putting effort into your group, and you screwing. Sorry, there's a little fly bug going around there. I don't know where he came from. I'll name that the the APF. Um, but for me, you bluntly just shit on one of your top guys, and I'm not calling him the top guy because he should be the brand leader. Because is there a better champion out there? I'm sure there is. Is there a better representative for the World Heavyweight Championship? There may be. It's not the guy you picked. Sorry, because here's what you look for in a world champion. You look for somebody who the group will follow, pay attention to their activities, want to fight them and beat them and take their championship. But the biggest key is leader. Okay. And you can't lead a group when you personally disappeared for so many years and then come back and this and that. And like real life, I don't care. You know, that's personal business, real life. I don't get on that. I do not bring that to the promo realm. But you're going to be a world champion of a brand, but you're everywhere but that brand 90% of the time. How can you be dedicated to the brand? When I won the King of Promos Championship, I made it a promise to myself and to the VOH. I wasn't promoting actively anywhere else. What's up, Jay Sick? Make sure you give Mama my love. You know, we were just talking, literally, folks. And this is how real I am. Okay. This is how real I am. Right there, top guy, Jay Sick. Yes. I talk to my brothers for real, not just in the kayfabe land. Give Mama my love and my prayers. But now back to what I was saying. There's another guy. I'll use that as an example right now. I'll give you that example right now. Here's a guy. Mom's going through some real life stuff. He's going through it. And guess what? Me as an owner of a group say, take your time. I'll see you when you get back. No worries. No big deal. We've got you, bro. We're here for you. We're praying for you. He didn't call me and go, don't worry, school. I'll show up to what? As long as the world title's on me. That's a kayfabe group. Sorry. You're kayfabe. Kayfabe. All day kayfabe. And I'm sure, you know, it'll get around like it always does. And the inbox is open and you won't like the response because I'm not a guy who hides behind blocking individuals when they don't like what I say. I'm not a guy that hides uh, behind the bullshit rhetoric of I'll just have my friends come out on a live and go after him. Those friends couldn't beat me neither. Sorry, hate to tell you that. That's why it's Caulfield Old School. So for me, the gist of today has been discussed for lazy owners who have to kayfabe. Once again, folks, 428.25, right there it says. There it is. And it's been sitting there in the corner. And if you don't believe me, I've had multiple people. My good friend Tommy Ford was here for my grandson's birthday on June 1st. He will tell you that was sitting there because he was in this office. So I mean, you can come out here and say, "Oh, he just wrote that." What? Now I'm doing HSP, handing an envelope from the judges that don't exist with results in them. Fuck out of here! I don't do that bullshit. I don't. I can go back and show you the group chats where me and Sweet were discussing it all those months ago. But all you did was prove what people have been saying for a long time. When you're lazy, you make things easy by just going, I'll make him the champion. I'll give the new belt to my good friend Ricka because Ricka's a great guy. People like to watch him promo. It'll try to draw interest to my brand. Uh-oh. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's simple mathematics, isn't it? That the truth is out there now, and that your champion went to another group, did the same thing, held that belt for 21 days until they found another sucker that wanted to kiss the quack's ass and put the belt on him. And then he drops the belt and didn't even want the fucking thing. So, you know, kudos to him. God bless him for doing that. But me, I run a group and I put effort in and I showed love to my people. Championship belts, are ask Chris Norris. He just got a beautiful championship belt. I have fun doing that because these people mean something to me. Okay. The promo realm means something to me. I don't like it fucked with by people who don't put in the effort and put out a great program. Now, I was also given some information that Timmy is going to reopen Penn Promo Entertainment Network. I wish him the best of luck. I hope it turns out great because I know Timmy is not a guy who's going to kayfabe either because he knows it's too exposable. People see through it. People already know. Okay, so if John and Bob are a tag team and they come over there and they kiss your ass for 12 hours on the live and through all your feeds and they're the top guys, they're there for you, and all of a sudden they're the tag team champions, Timmy knows it's going to be exposure. It's gonna show the world what it really is. You know, um, we've talked many a nights about how the promo realm works. And listen, is there times that owners will guard their championship from somebody that they know will steal the belt or something? The best way to do that is to just boot those people. If you know they have, such as a Dennis Mullinax who has stolen a championship from VOH, he should never get a championship belt from any owner or be trusted with it. That's pure facts. You should never send a belt to someone you don't trust. Okay. Whereas PPF, we don't have that problem because 90% of the time when the champions win a title, they get a title sent to them. They get to keep it. I think I'm one of the only groups that really do that now, but they get to keep their belt. Okay. And 90% of the time, some of the champions will have their own belts created because they want a keepsake. They want a memory of winning that championship. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I am one of those guys that I think the reward is not championship belts. It is not winning a promo match. It is gaining a brotherhood, a friendship, a family, aside from this game we play. Now, while most people will come out here and go, well, school's just a dickhead. Big words for a small man. I am to a point, and I admit it. I will call out the bullshit every single day, whether it pisses somebody off and they go, have to get their wife to cuddle them and spoon them and tell them that everything's going to be okay. I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem with the promo realm. I'm very honored to be the king of promo and voice of honor, where they work with dignity, honor, and respect. They have judging systems that judge the matches correctly. They do a very good job. They get the shows out, they get the cards out. By the way, Great American Promo Bash card will be out here soon, so be ready to see some great action at the end of July because I got a great lineup of promo artists that are going to lay it down like nobody else can. Main event of that night will be Double A Aladonis defending his junior heavyweight championship against Malice, the former unified champion. So if that don't pique your interest, I don't know what will. But you owe it to these people who want a promo for you to be an active owner, to do the right thing, to do the job you put yourself on the screen to do. And the ones I love, man, this is a subject that really gets me irritated. The fuckers that come on screen and call themselves the president. I don't think many of you would ever be a president. You're a content creator. You're a group creator. You are the said owner of that group. You are no president. Nobody elected you. You put yourself there. Get where I'm going with that? So me, I've never called myself the president of the PPF. Ooh, I'm allergic to talking about bullshit. Sorry, guys. I've never ever called myself the president. I've never called myself the CEO or any of that stuff because all I am is a group creator and an owner of said group, one of four. There is four of us that own Premier Promo Federation. And the reason PPF was created, it was a group for the promo artist by the promo artist. And here's why that works. I'm a promo artist. I don't promo my own group. That's another no-no that some owners do. I do not promo in my own group. I don't need to fluff the pillows and put a mint on there to make me feel all minty and fresh every day. That's just stupid. It's ironic. Moronic, more or less. It's a group that you created for other promo artists. Let them enjoy it. You don't need to be on the screen because you don't draw anyway. Let's be honest. Those days are long gone. The draw of the clown is gone. The only clown that I see that's been relevant for the last 2 years is Ricka Wildly. And believe me, I like Ricka. Back here, the man hangs on my wall right there. There he is. I support him in the promo industry and the professional wrestling industry. Great guy. Jake is one of the smartest individuals I've ever met, hardworking individuals I've ever met. He's got his life straight and he's doing the damn thing. Congratulations, Jake. Congratulations, Ricka. Much love from me to you. But leads me to my last part of this podcast. Coattail riders. Boy, do they got to ride the coattail of somebody. Now, whether you think that you were great however many years ago, and now that you think you're great again, you're not. Because the reason that you were great then is because you had somebody with you that was really good. Okay. He was really one of the top brand stars. And I know it because he was in PPF for a long time. And then, you ride that thunder long enough and then you disappear and he still keeps fucking hammering workout and doing jobs and getting things done. And then you come back and where do you go? Right back there, right back to it. See, a lot of people don't like us because we're HHE, Heavy Hitters Enterprise. What is that? It's a group of guys thinking individually, working collectively for the same cause. And the same cause is to be the best promo artist that we can be in the promo realm. Whether we win championships or just dominate groups, that's what we do. Now, we've never claimed to be the good guys, we've never claimed to be the nice guys. We claim to be the hardest workers in the business, and we are. You can look at the list of who's in it. It's a who's who of champions. It's a who's who of great talents. The rest of them that want to doubt it and say they can beat it, you can go look at the books. 90% of the time, they've lost to us already. And what that means to me is how many times are you going to come out here and claim to be one of the greats? Oh, APF's in the screen again. I don't know where he came from. And then have to go to your own group and promo. Isn't it ironic? And I don't want to say this meanly, but it just seems to me that there's a circle of groups that are passing titles between each other, said owners, said creators, the same promo artists, just look at the Bermuda Triangle of promo. You'll see what I'm talking about. So what do I say to all that today? I say, APF, do better. APF, if you want to survive, you better wake up and smell the coffee. And all this, yeah, that's seasoned, baby. A lot of people are like, ooh, that cup's dirty. It's called seasoned, jackass. Love a seasoned cup. I don't wash that cup on purpose. It gives the coffee flavor. And if you're an old school head, you'll know that's true. So you want to prove all that wrong, you better step it up. You better wake up. You better prove to the world that it wasn't bullshit because a lot of people think it's bullshit. And I'm telling you, people from your group messaging myself, asking if I would do a coffee old school with this. And I did. I promised them I would. I would definitely show my predictions, my spoilers, and my truth and all that bullshit that you want to talk about. So today it's been an honest day for old school. I did not call the owner names. You know what I mean? I'm not out here, listen, this is not me cutting a duck's throat and watching it bleed out before it could fly. I've done that. He knows that's why I'm blocked. But the owner of APF, I would love to respect a whole lot more than I do right now. But sadly, I can't. Sadly, I would say I wouldn't be promoting there because now you know the quality of promo they're looking for is not competitive quality. It's you're my friend quality. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm never ever going to doubt Ricka's ability. I'm sure he did wonderful in that event. I did not watch it. Don't need to. I got enough feedback from multiple people saying that, hey, they're not saying that the promo wasn't good enough to win the title. They're just saying they saw it coming. There's screenshots of group chats where they were already claiming to be the champion. They were going to guarantee it. Well, I could guarantee it too, man, if I went to the owner and I was kissing that ass every day. Put on your lipstick, put on your blush, put on your prettiest little midget dress, and, congratulations, you're a champion. That's all I can say. That's the way I feel. And all the evidence I have saw, screenshots, my prediction over here in the corner that I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep that right there. Just to remind me that we do such a great job in PPF. Our judges, I thank them every day. I talk to them at least once a day. Thank them for their hard work, their dedication of watching this program with me, getting the results out as soon as they can, deciding who wins, who loses, how this story's told. I appreciate them. I appreciate Justin for his production work. Even though our show Heatwave had a little glitch in it, well, hey, sometimes the internet craps out. Sometimes it gets impregnated. Sometimes it just acts stupid. It happens. But that's why we're a team. I covered him while he fixed the issues. That's what we do. But we still delivered a beautiful program. Heatwave, great success. So I want to thank everybody today for joining Old School right here on Coffee with Old School, just talking about and exposing some kayfabe. Kayfabe-alicious. I hope everybody enjoys that nice little tasty bit of cake called kayfabe that they eat this morning. Tune in to the next episode of Coffee with Old School. I have lined up a wonderful guest. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk promo land. And you might not like what he says either, but that's why he's my brother. We're going to talk about what we saw in the last almost 9 years and what it's become today. So I'm not going to touch on most of that today because I could go on for another hour about how the promo realm has changed, and I'm not going to because it's just not worth my time until I have a good partner sit beside me and we have a discussion about it. So, guys, I thank you all for tuning in. It's been a wonderful episode. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I got some things to do today. Very busy individual. Love you all. Appreciate you tuning in. Jay Sick, I love your mama. Give her my prayers. Big Sweet. My prayers are sent to you, my brother. I love you. I love all my family and friends in the promo realm that I call family and friends. And let's be real, guys. I'm going to quote Ben Walker here of a great group, Championship Belt Brothers. Keep it drama free, keep it sucker free. And I'm going to add a little phrase to that, if you don't mind, Ben. Keep it kayfabe free. Because at the end of the day, we want to have great competition, have a lot of fun. But you can't do that when, well, the owners are lying to you. Now, can you? But thanks for joining me. This has been Old School. Enjoy your day. Happy July 4th, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm out of here. I'm going to chill. Old School out.